Morning, Lance from Midwest Air Compressors here again to show you how to do a motor and air end pulley alignment for belt tension and belt alignment. Common issue is too much tension, too loose, the motor pulley and the air end pulley not being aligned or perpendicular with each other, and you chews up belts. So I'm going to show you the process on how to double check that, and when you go and change belts, to do it the proper way so you don't have belt issues anymore. So let's get into it. There's going to be bolts for the guard. Those take a 12mm. The motor and motor adjustment bolts are a 17. And then you need some sort of a straight edge. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't need to be anything like this. It could be a ruler, anything that's long enough to reach both faces of the pulleys. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do this process on a 7 horsepower. Again, it'll be good from a 5 all the way up to a 20, and any of our units that have a belt drive type of system. So let's jump right into getting this done. First thing you want to do is remove the guard. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts here. Remove them, and this back slides off. Take that off. And then this part of the guard, you remove 1, 2, 3, 4. Once those are out, as I did prior to starting the video, then this entire piece comes off, and it exposes your belts. This is what your system should look like. This is your motor pulley, this is your air end pulley. One thing you really want to check is to make sure the condition of the pulleys. If you have smoked the belts or burned the belts up, you want to make sure that the grooves of your pulleys are free of any molten rubber, any belt materials, anything like that. Clean them up really well with a wire brush or a scraper, anything like that, to make sure that those grooves are nice clean. Otherwise it can also affect your new belts, either how they ride in the grooves. It can cause premature wear on a new belt and just cause all kinds of issues. So you want to make sure the grooves of the pulleys are very cleaned out and good to go. So that was pretty much step 1, remove the guard. Step 2 will be loosening up these bolts. These are your anchor bolts for your motor. There's 2 on this side and there's 2 on the back side. You're gonna hold this one, loosen that one up, and once those are nice and loose, you don't need to remove them all the way. Then you back these off. These are your tensioners. These are actually what pulls your motor and aligns your motor with the other belt, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But you want to back these off so your motor can actually slide and relieve the tension on the belt. So once you have the motor slid off, if the belts are on there and they're just wore or chewed up really bad, then you can take the belts off. And at this point, you would check and clean these pulley grooves, make sure they're nice and clean. This is a new unit, so obviously I don't have to do that step. It's just something that you should do every time you change a belt. Just inspect your pulley grooves and make sure they're nice and clean. There's no wear, there's no scuffs, there's no burrs that can potentially chew up your new belts. Make sure they're both clean, and we'll move on to step 3. Once the pulleys are clean, put the new belts on, and then we will do the alignment and the pulley check. Make sure that tension's good, motor's aligned, and the pulleys are aligned. So once you have the new belts on, you're going to use these bolts to walk it over. This rear one's going to be to pull the motor this way. This one's going to push it forward. So you use these to walk it over until you have about a 1/4 inch from stationary tension, up or down. So about a 1/4 inch and a 1/4 inch. That's your tension set. The other thing you need to check is your alignment from this face to this face on the pulleys. That's going to make sure that one pulley is not cocked like this, and it'll wear out a belt really, really fast. So then you take the straight edge, like this. You want to put it on one of these faces, doesn't matter which side, but you want to make sure you have this rubbing. You want this contact. Check it from that side, have it on this pulley, check it from that side. That's your alignment. That's what you need. You need these two faces perpendicular to each other, that way you know your belt is always tracking straight. So to get these two faces perpendicular to each other, you're going to need to manipulate this bolt and this rear bolt to get your motor pitched exactly how you need it so these two are perpendicular. And once you have that done, lock these back down, all four of them. You don't need Loctite or anything like that. Just make sure that these are all cranked down as much as they can and both of these are touching. Since you back this one off and that one does push more this way, you don't always need this one to necessarily get it aligned, but you want to make sure it's touching. It's just an extra vibration protection, and make sure that the motor's safe and secure and it's not going to walk around on you and potentially throw off your alignment while it's running due to vibration. If it's your own private business or farm or anything else like that, now would be the time to replace the guard. It's not super crucial that you have it on. If you prefer not to, it is on your company's policies or anything like that. We recommend always having the guard on for any dirt, debris, anything else that can get in there, get in between the pulley and the belt and possibly throw your belt off. But that's our recommendation, to have the guard on at all times. And as always, before you do any work, make sure that the machine is locked out, make sure that there's any pressure relief just in case. Want to see you keep your fingers exactly where they're at and be as safe as you possibly can be when you're doing these procedures. So thanks again. I hope this helped you out, and have a great day.